Children's and youth sport in Germany is so diverse that it's easy to lose track. Sport is played everywhere, by over 10 million young people in various types of sports and different organizations, financed by membership fees and particularly through public funds. But how is children's and youth sport in Germany actually structured? The heart of children's and youth sport is to be found at the community level. Here, over 90,000 sports clubs provide a varied sports offering for children and adolescents, which the clubs decide on by themselves. A lot of clubs are supported by their cities and communities. More on that later. The clubs are organized in associations in the federal states. In each case, a youth organization of the Youth Sports Association and a youth organization of the National Sport Federations. At the political level, the federal states are responsible for supporting amateur sport. Decisions in elite sports, however, are mainly made at national level by the German Olympic Sports Confederation, with support from the federal government. In summary, therefore, it can be said that sport is 100% self-organized, from amateur to national level, being supported by different levels of government along the way. From the political structure of sport to the everyday sporting life of young people. What sports are there? Let's take school sports for example. School is the only place where sport is compulsory. Children are introduced to sports and physical activity with health and educational goals in mind. A wide range of sports is also available to students at colleges and universities. For low fees and voluntary, there are no compulsory physical education classes here. Another type of provider is the commercial provider, most notably fitness studios. The heart of sport in Germany is the sport club system. There are around 90,000 sport clubs in the Federal Republic, with about 27 million members. Sports clubs are self-regulated and do not pursue any financial goals. They serve the good of society and therefore only pay very little tax. In Germany, there are small clubs with only one sport, medium-sized ones with several sports, and large sports clubs with tens of thousands of members. The members are the heart of every club, and they provide the voluntary work that plays an important role in German clubs. People volunteer for their club without remuneration, doing so in a wide range of activity areas, from chairing clubs to selling cakes at sports festivals. As a rule, the coaches, whose training is the foundation of successful club work, also volunteer their time. Without volunteer work, sports clubs would not be able to exist. 1.7 million volunteer positions are filled in German sports, working an average of 13.4 hours per month. They are motivated by the need to help shape social life. Recognition in the club, the social environment, or learning soft skills can also be motivating factors. To finance themselves, sports clubs charge a low monthly membership fee. The amount of the fee is set by each sports club itself. It varies according to the type of sport, location, size and range of services offered by the club, and usually allows access to all the club services. Membership fees represent a large part of their income. An important support at municipal level is also the use of public sports facilities. Just under a third of all clubs use local sports facilities free of charge. 41% of all clubs own their own facilities. For example, their own beach volleyball court or clubhouse. In addition, sports clubs are often subsidized through public funds. Cities and local communities, local sponsors, or health insurance companies that support health courses make up the other sources of funding. In addition, sports clubs can receive funding for specific projects, such as international youth exchanges. Most clubs in Germany are mainly involved in grassroots and youth sports. The primary aim is to convey the enjoyment of exercise, promote preventative healthcare, and create a social environment and opportunities for the personal development of young people. 15% of German sports clubs have athletes with special talents, which get special support and perform at a higher level than others. Whether it's for fun or competitively, for many children and young people, sport is their most important leisure activity. In order to represent the needs of children and young people, separate youth sports organizations have been formed, where educational opportunities like international youth exchanges play an important role. The main goal of children's and youth sport is to promote the personal development of young people through the positive elements of sport. The clubs are members of 16 youth organizations of the regional sports confederations, 53 youth organizations of the national sport federations, and 10 youth organizations of sport federations with particular tasks. These are the member organizations of the German Sports Youth, which promotes children's and youth sports at federal level. The German Sports Youth is the youth organization of the German Olympic Sports Confederation, which is the umbrella organization for all sport in Germany and also acts as the National Olympic Committee. Sport is a universal language and brings people together. The German Sports Youth is the point of contact for advice, qualifications, and promotion of international youth and professional exchanges in sport. To this end, the German Sports Youth cooperates directly with partner organizations in various countries. Sports clubs organize between 400 and 500 international youth exchanges every year, which all aim to promote intercultural learning among young people. International youth work in sport particularly benefits from three aspects: the universality of sport, the fun of play and exercise, and the easy accessibility of sport. There are various funding programs from the federal level, the federal state level, and the European Union that provide financial support for international youth and professional exchanges. Whether internationally or nationally, clear structures are needed in youth sport to promote sporting activity among children and young people. In Germany, these help to give us as many young people as possible access to sport, and with it, access to important values in our society, in order to follow a common goal: investing in the future of youth through sport.